Greetings everyone, welcome to Babylon Kitcast. I'm your host Kusakra Bachai and today we are joined by two grade 10 students who have started their journey for SCE. Now, they have just been in grade 10 for about a month, so in today's episode we'll be learning about their early goals, expectations and preparations for the exam. So let's begin the program by learning about them. Hello brothers, how are you?
You're fine.
I'm good too. So let's begin by talking about SE. So you have just been in SE, the SE journey for about a month. So how is it? How is it going? What's one thing do you like that you like about the journey so far?
For me, it's going great till now because of the studying environment and the teachers' behavior towards the students.
What about you?
I also feel it's amazing. Like we have ECA and CCA activities which the previous batch didn't have. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity.
That's nice. Having a good environment to learn and having EC and CCA is very important. So, what do you think? Is EC and CCA good to have right now when the time is most essential for your studies, or is it a good thing to have it in your study time?
I think it's pretty good to have it as it allows students to generate new skills towards them for like public speaking or social interactions.
And what about you?
For me, it is good because for student, ECCC is also important as education also, and the student can learn different activities from different fields also.
Yeah, that's nice. So, moving on, we know that you have been in grade 10 for just only for a month, and before that you were in grade 9. So, what differences do you find between the grade 9 and grade 10?
For me, I find more pressure as I want to achieve good grades in SEE.
So, more pressure, right? What about you?
It's the same because there is diverse and many activities for the 10 class.
That's pressurizing
Yes,
you.
yes.
So, both of you have a responsibility to prove yourselves this year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So, moving on, what was your first thought when you heard that, or when you realized that this year is your SCE and you have to be studying really hard? What was on your mind then?
At the first time, I was really nervous.
You were really
Yes.
nervous. What about you?
For me, I was also very nervous, but then I slowly started to get more excited as after completing SEE, I will have a lot of time to myself.
Yeah, being nervous is a normal thing. Everybody in the Nepal giving SE this year or the previous year was and is very nervous to give the exams, as it is dubbed as the Iron Gate, which is and it has been known for being the chapter as one chapter being ended and the other one starting, right? And it is also essential for you to score good in SCE to get enrolled into a better college, right? That's nice. So now moving on to your early goals and expectations for SCE. So what's your biggest goal for SCE? What do you think is your primary goal for this SCE? Is it about grades, or is it about learning something new, or is it about learning a new skill?
For me, it's going to be obtaining good marks.
Good marks.
Yes.
What about you?
Same. For me, it would be also obtaining good marks in SEE examination.
So the primary goal is to achieve good marks, right? But you still have to learn something that can be used in your life, because there's no point in learning if you just study for grades, right? So you have to be learning consistently for learning something good that will help in your life, right?
Yes.
So moving on, let's talk about subjects now. What's your hardest subject? What do you think will be your hardest subject this year?
For me, it would have to be OMATs.
Maths. What about you?
And for me, it's going to be science.
So why maths?
I feel like OMATs is different from CMATs as it has different topics that I don't understand.
So the concepts are hard, right?
Yes.
So you have to improve on that. So why science?
Uh, For me, science is hard because of the technical problems in the science.
Technical problems,
Yes.
right? Science is a vast subject.
Yes.
There's a lot of things: physics, chemistry, biology, and all.
Yes.
So both of you have to improve on your specific weaknesses. It is a great thing that you know what you are lacking behind at, so you can easily improve at it, right? So, is there anything you are doing right now to improve those subjects?
Yes, I'm personally getting home tuition.
You're getting home
Yeah.
tuition. I think the school is also providing coaching classes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you are taking home tuitions on top of coaching classes.
Yes.
Isn't it a bit hectic for you?
It is, but for the subjects that make the different in the results,
Yeah.
yeah, I have to get it in the home tuition.
So you are working really hard right now.
Yes.
That's nice. So, do you think you need to take home tuition?
For me, I think I don't need to take you home tuition as school's coaching class is pretty good.
It's pretty good, right? So, moving on, what's your easiest subject this year? What do you think you'll perform the best at in SE?
For me, it would have to be English as it's a language subject that we have been using in the school for a long time.
So, English is a subject, yeah, exactly. It's a very easy subject. I think we have the same grid from grade 8, right? Grade 8, 9, and 10 have the same grid, I think. Right? So, what about you?
Yeah, it's the same for me.
Same
Yeah.
English?
Yeah, English.
Yeah, it's a simple subject, right? So moving on, how do you think, like it's only a month, right? So only a month in SE examinations, so how do you think you'll remember everything that you learn?
For me, it's going to be regular revisions.
So regularly revising will, yeah, it will promote you to get a better memory of the contents that you are learning. What about you?
For me, it would have been making flashcards to question myself if I know the contents or no.
Both the flashcards and the regular revising is a good way to keep the memory on your mind and make sure that whatever you're learning is still in your mind. So, moving on, what's one habit that you like to adapt to in this year for you to get a better edge in the examinations? What do you think will make your study better? What's one kind of habit that will do so?
For me, it's going to be a good time management.
Good time management.
Yes.
So time is really essential for you, right?
Yes.
You have 6 to 6 classes and you have home tuitions as well. So what about you?
For me, it would be having to make notes as they will allow me to interpret the content in my own words and allow me to understand them better.
That's nice. Me personally, I like notes too. I used to make notes during my SE, so that I would learn everything that in my own words, right? So I could interpret everything in my own words, and making notes and regularly revising is a very good way to learn everything. All right. So moving on to the preparation parts. How is your study going on? What are you learning in your regular classes and your coaching classes?
For me, we are learning the content in the book and we are also slowly starting to progress toward SE practice.
So SE practice. So what about you? What are you doing in home tuition?
It's as I told, science is a hard subject for me.
Mm.
So I'm learning science in the home tuition.
Science, only science.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in coaching classes provided by the school?
The coaching class,
Yeah.
I see more questions, CMATS questions and OMATS questions.
So you have started the model questions already. That's very nice. You need to be practicing consistently, as consistency is the key. So that's very nice of you. So the SE focus course is starting, right? In the model
Yes.
questions and all. So what do you think is going to be the hardest part in SE? Is it about preparing? Is it about giving the exam? Or is it handling the stress?
For me, it's going to be the preparation.
It's going to be the preparation.
Yes.
What about you?
Same. For me, it would also have to be the preparation.
It's going to be the preparation, right? So, who do you look up to for advice, because you need a lot of advice, because you are new to SE, the concept of SE, and new to the contents in the book, and new to everything, right? So you need to be taking advices from a lot of different people. So who do you personally think will provide you better advice comparatively?
For me, it's going to be my home tutor and my school teachers.
Home tutor and the school teachers, right?
Yes.
So what about you?
For me, it would have to be my older siblings, as they have achieved good grades in SE the last time, and I also want to achieve good grades like them.
So you are going to be learning from older siblings. The advice that I like to give you right now is ensure that you are getting advices from all the way, as much as possible from everyone. So because we all know SE is a hard exam, right? It requires you to have a lot of knowledge. So in order to do that, you need to take advices from mostly anyone that you can find. Don't be limited to just older siblings or just teachers, because one person might have the knowledge that the other does not, and another person might have the knowledge that someone else does not, right? So that's the way you should be taking advices. So moving on, so there is a lot of time left till SE, right? Like I said earlier, they have only been in grade 10 for about a month, and there's still 11 months left. So you are still learning, you are working very hard. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to keep yourself motivated for all the years, all throughout the 11 months? What will you do to ensure that you are consistent with your studies?
For me, it would have to be motivational videos, as they will motivate me to do better in my studies.
And what about you?
For me, the motivation is advice from my elders and teachers.
So you have a sense of responsibility, right?
Yes.
Motivational videos and advices. That's really nice. So we need to be tracking our progress, right? We need to be tracking how good we are doing, what's working for us, what's not working for us. So what kind of method do you use to track yourself?
For me, it would have been exams and tests, as they will allow me to see how much progress I have made throughout the year.
Tests and exams, right? What about you?
For me, it's going to be the weekly tests taken by the school teachers and my home tutor.
You're having weekly tests.
Yes.
That's really nice, because you'll know what kind of things you have to improve and what kind of things you are more stronger at, so that you can easily work at the parts that you are weaker at, right?
Yes.
So that's nice. And so let's say you are a year older now, and you give SE. You are graduated from SE from grade 10, and now your juniors are looking up to you for advice. What would be one thing that you tell them in your experience for a month, in a month, that would change their SE, that you think will be a determining factor for their SE?
I would tell them to find the problem in themselves and solve it.
So finding the weaknesses and solving
Yes.
it, right? So what about you?
For me, it would be to stay motivated and stay consistent, as consistency is key.
Exactly. So staying consistent and studying whatever you are weak at is a really great way to learn whatever you do. So make sure you do the same too. Learn what you are weak at and start improving on it by today. Stop trying to run away from your weaknesses. Start trying to improve them in any way possible, and stay consistent, because there is still 11 months left. We know that SE is not a sprint. It is not a sprint to be over in a month. It's not that you exhaust yourself out in a month and you will have no time to study for in 11 other months. So what I say is, study slow but study effectively. So in order that everything goes into your mind and everything you study is in your mind, use different type of methods. It's all over the YouTube, internet, and make sure you make good use of the internet. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for being with us today in this episode, and thank you to all the listeners here today. I'm sure you had learned something from this podcast, and everyone watching for advice for SE, I tell you that SE is not a sprint. So don't tire yourself out endlessly. Don't work yourself out. hard work is the key, but more than that, consistency is an even greater thing, because it's important to be consistent in your studies than studying something for a day and missing a day or two, and then again studying someday. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something. Thank you.